G'day guys, kevSpec. Welcome back to the channel. Well today, before we get started, I'd just like to massive shout out to all my subscribers. Thank you so much for sticking with me. All the people putting comments down and supporting the channel, thank you so much guys. You guys rock. Well, as promised, we're finally there. The wheel giveaway is happening. So this is part one of the rest of the wheel giveaway. There will be a couple of parts of this, so it's not a huge long video. So entry details will be in the next couple of videos. I'll tell you how you can enter to win these, and hope you like the video. Don't forget to subscribe at the end, and best of luck. Stay safe, stay healthy. Love you guys. You. Alrighty guys. So I'm just going to start by removing the centre caps and removing the rubber valve, and then I'll give them a bit of a scuff down. Aside for later. Okay, that's the rubber valves are out. Now I'm just going to go and clean up the polished surface so I can put some protective tape, so when I'm laying the paint stripper on there, it doesn't hurt this polished machined edge aluminium. I'll just go ahead and Scotch Brite up just a quick scuff so the tape sticks properly more than anything. So now I've got some sort of heavy 180 grit sandpaper. I'm just going to scuff the wheels up. From my experience, what people have told me, you scuff the paint up, especially on something that's got a pretty good finish. Just helps the paint stripper bite in a bit better. You don't have to go crazy, just enough to help the paint stripper bite in. Especially with something like 180, it scuffs it up. You can probably see already, it scuffs it up pretty well, pretty quickly. So just give it a good scuff so the paint stripper bites in. So I've scuffed them all up. I don't know if you can see, just quickly, it doesn't have to be perfect, just to help the paint stripper bite into the wheels. Just see, I've just given them a quick sand with some heavy 180 sandpaper. Now I'm going to lay some tape on this polished edge, just so the paint stripper doesn't, it's aluminium obviously, or magnesium, or whatever these things are. And then just chuck some tape on, give it some protection before we go to the next step of paint stripping. Check these out for protection, eh? Could I have found a better set of gloves than multicoloured polka dot frickin' rubber gloves? Anyway, I've got a little bit of protective cardboard on the inside of the wheel there, just to try and stop some of the paint stripper going through. As I said before, I've sanded it all and just roughed it up. It helps the paint stripper bite in. Bit of protective tape around the, because it's got a polished edge and I don't want the paint stripper to hurt the polished edge, so I'm just going to try a little section. I've used the stuff in the tin before, a few years ago, actually 20 years ago. I've used the stuff in the tin a couple of times where you sort of paint it on, but anyway, we'll just do a quick test spot and see what happens. Alright, so hopefully let's watch some magic happen. Yeah, so it's pretty thick, so overspray is not going to be an issue if I'm careful. It's not going to, you know, I thought it was going to dribble down and run down the wheel. Sorry about my pathetic camera work, but I have got the banger camera on today, so hopefully with this zoom and focus quality that this camera has, it's going to show us some goodness. So I've started the recording about 2 minutes in, so you can see here guys already, this is about 2 minutes. It's just starting to bubble now, so I'll leave the camera recording. Watch the magic happen. It's funny, This bit here is going okay. That's not really doing anything, and that's very slow, so I don't know if I've scuffed this bit more than this bit, or definitely seems where it's a bit thicker, it's working better, so I think I just need to put more on. You can see now it's really starting to bubble up, so I'll spray the whole wheel, both of them, and come back and show you where we're at. Come back and let it do its thing. You can see it's bubbling up quite nicely now. This first section, test sections that I've done, 5 minutes ago, it's bubbling up, so I'll just leave that for 10 minutes and come back and I'll show you the result. Right, so we're 10 minutes in here. So you can see it's all bubbling up nicely. So I have had to recoat this wheel again. It's probably nearly there. I have had to respray it again, and I've got the razor blade out and tried to scrape, a few lines through it just for the paint stripper to get into, but it doesn't look 100% successful, to be honest. It looks like I'm going to have to go over it again. Yeah, we'll see how we go. So I'll probably give it a few more minutes and start scraping it off. Yeah, looks like it's only taking off the top layer. In some spots it looks like it might have taken off more, but I don't know if you'd call this a success or not. I think it's only just taken off the top layer of paint. Yeah, looks like I'll have to do it again. Oh well. I'll come back when I'm a bit further along. Great success. It looks like the paint stripper's only taken off the first layer, so I've recoated it, but it's really only taking the paint off. Did a bit of a test just there with some sandpaper to see where the metal was, just to see if when I got it repainted they painted over the old paint or actually, so that's pretty confident that's metal back there, so it's not taking the undercoat off, so I've just got another product and we'll try again. I'm using a paste, like a paint-on stripper instead of the spray can this time. Hopefully this is a bit heavier duty, and let's see how we go. Right, so I'm just going to start these next two wheels. So, like I said at the start, I haven't done this before, so I'm sort of learning as I go. With my pretty gloves on, aren't they cute? Spec. Yeah, so by the looks of it, they prefer to be a bit warmer. The wheels were cold when I started this morning, so I've put them in the sun and it seems to be helping the paint stripping process. This stuff, this heavier duty stuff, is working better on the paint, but it looks like from whatever undercoat they used, it's really good stuff, and it's only softening it, it's not really bubbling it up, so looks like I've got some sanding to do after this paint stripping. So just to do these last two wheels, as you can see I've scuffed them up and I've got a razor blade and sort of put a whole heap of lines, and it's just to help the paint stripper bite in. So you put this stuff on quite liberally, especially this. I think the thicker you go, the better the result. So you want a nice thick sort of paste on there. Doesn't have to be Picasso, but as long as you've got it everywhere and semi-thick. I don't know if I said this at the start, obviously this is a very dangerous toxic chemical. Gloves, is a must and glasses are a must. If this stuff splashes into your eyeballs, I dare say it's a trip to the hospital. Horrible stuff. Messy job this. In hindsight, with the materials I've used, probably should have paid someone to paint them. Last time I got it done for 500 bucks. I'm probably going to spend 200 bucks in materials. Anyway, that's why we do it ourselves. Having a crack, eh? See if I can make these look pretty for one of you guys to win. Just scraping this stuff off, guys. This is a very long and boring process. Sort of getting half the undercoat off, so while this is still wet, you see it comes off fairly easy. I've got a mat down here, so try and trap some of this stuff. You don't want this in your garden or in your anywhere. You want it in the bin straight away. So I've got a couple hours of scraping to go, and I'll show you when I'm finished. That's 2 wheels done. So these 2 have been double stripped. I've scraped 90% of the paint off. They're ready for sanding. Back to alloy. And what's going on with these 2? So hopefully I don't have to strip these again. Looks like it'll be alright. So this has been a bit of a messy long process today. But we'll get there bit by bit. And I'll come back when these are ready for sanding. Okay, so it's taken me all day. These are all stripped and ready for sanding tomorrow, so there you have it. 4 wheels stripped and ready to go. After the so I've had a big clean up, obviously. All that old paint and stripper on the plastic I cleaned up all the bits on the yard. So I'm going to give them a good degrease. So after the stripping, I just want to clean them and clean all the brake dust, you know, getting prepared because we're going to start painting and undercoating soon. So just going to give them a good degrease. Just got my old, you know, degreaser mix up here. Going to give them a good spray and a scrub. So I've just got the wire wheel here on the drill, getting, you know, the gunk out of the holes. A bit of stripper got into the holes, and where the tyre valve goes. So I'm just giving it doesn't take much. Obviously I'm not overly concerned about the quality of paint in the holes as long as they're cleaned up. There's no gunk in there. And that's doing a really good job. Alright, I'll do all the rest and I'll be back. Sanding with 80 grit paper, pretty heavy, just to take the bulk off it. I'm probably going to quickly blast around them. Just to take the bulk of what the stripper hasn't got off of that undercoat, and I'll come back when I'm a bit further in. I don't think I'm going to go all the way either. It looks like the, you know, aluminium's porous. Well, at least these are. They're not a, you know, nice machine dead flat finish. So I'll probably not go all the way and leave that little bit of undercoat in the pores, if you know what I mean. So when we lay the fresh undercoat over it, it should cover really well. I'll be back. I reckon I'm going to be here a while, just quietly. one wheel paint stripped, sanded, degreased. A couple little more things to do. So stay tuned for the next episode where we get some undercoat, hopefully some colour on these bad boys. You. Hope you liked that video. That's about it for this section of part 1 of restoring the wheels for the wheel giveaway. So here they are here. Alright. Got 4 bad boys ready to go. So as soon as I edit this video today, I'll get back into these. Stay tuned for the next video where we put some undercoat on them and hopefully some colour. And stay tuned for the entry details, alright guys? So entry details for this giveaway will come up in the next video. Stay tuned, tell all your friends, share it around. You could win these set of 20-inch Argents for your FG Falcon. You stay safe and love yous. G'day guys, welcome back to the channel, kevSpec. I hope you're going well. I'd just like to start this video off by saying thank you so much to all my subscribers and everyone watching the videos and giving it a like, people putting comments down. I really appreciate the support. Support. There is no such word as support. I think I'll start again. My God.